They say the sound of your neck breaking is like a tree branch snapping in winter. July 9th, 2014. I lay in a pool of blood and twisted metal, a wreckage of my own making. And in that moment, suspended between life and death, I was given a choice. Stay or go. My name is Matt Farnsworth, and I should not be standing here today. I was a man who had it all on paper. Hollywood career, house in the hills, walking the red carpet, auditioning for big movies, sharing the screen with celebrities. But inside, I was dying. Addiction, broken relationships, a spiritual void so deep I tried to fill it with everything but God. What I didn't realize was that at the time, there was a spiritual war happening all around me. Not a metaphorical war, a real one. I'd always heard the whispers in the dark, the voice that told me I wasn't good enough, the voice that told me one more drink wouldn't hurt, the voice that justified every destructive decision I ever made. I thought those voices were mine. I believed them. I owned them. I was wrong. Let me tell you about the moment God decided to break every bone in my body just to get my attention. When I woke up in that hospital bed, handcuffed to it, coming down off cocaine and alcohol, my neck brace holding me together, my skin crawling, itching from the inside out. Withdrawal had its claws in me, and the doctor looked at me in the eye and he said, "Maybe you should really consider quitting drinking." That was the understatement of the century. That was like suggesting someone on fire should consider getting wet. Now, I hope you've never flipped your car at 80 miles an hour drunk. I'm sure that you haven't. But you know and I know that there are people in this room whose lives are flipping just as violently. It's that the wreckage isn't visible. There's the businessman who looks successful on paper but is not truly fulfilled. There's a mother who smiles at church but cries herself to sleep. There's a teenager drowning in culture and social media that is feeding them everything but the truth. There's a couple sitting next to each other wondering if their marriage will last through another year. Now, what I discovered through my journey from that broken man on that sweltering summer day to the man standing before you today is this. The enemy doesn't need you to worship him. He just needs you distracted. He needs you weak. He just needs you blind to the war that's happening all around you. God does not waste pain. My rock bottom was not my grave, it was my foundation. 5 months in rehab taught me that physical sobriety is not enough. You need emotional sobriety, spiritual sobriety. You need to recognize that enemy's voice or you will always be controlled by it. I remember the first time I walked into church. A Viking, bearded ex-addict who thought he had it all figured out. I went because the woman I was dating suggested it. But then when the pastor asked who's ready to believe, my hand shot up. I believe came out like an exorcism, like something I had been holding back my whole life. And that is when the real transformation, it began, not with sobriety, not with self-help, but with surrender. And today I speak to audiences about what I call the comeback blueprint, 7 battle-tested steps that transformed my life and can transform yours. You have to face the void. You've got to own your reality. No more lies. Identify that enemy's voice. Recognize the whispers that keep you weak. Build a warrior's vision. Purge everything that holds you back. Forge a war plan. Choose discipline over motivation every single time. True leadership. Master yourself before even trying to lead others. Wage holy war. Understand that spiritual warfare is real and start fighting back and walk in your calling. Become who you were made to be. These principles didn't just turn me around. They defined my relationship with my new wife, my children, and allowed me to build a purpose-driven life. They broke generational curses and created a legacy of faith where addiction once reigned. That same transformation is available to everyone in this room, whether you're struggling secretly, openly, or maybe just seeking more purpose. You know, I'm not here to motivate. I'm here to mobilize. I don't offer inspiration. I offer transformation. Because Christianity is not a self-help program. It is a rescue mission. My testimony isn't just about what God saved me from, it's about what God saved me for. And when your audience hears my story, they won't just leave inspired. They'll leave equipped with a blueprint to turn their wreckage into redemption. That same fire that burned you down can light your way back. And let me tell you something. God, He's just getting started. I'm Matt Farnsworth. If your congregation is ready to fight back, if you need people to be equipped, not just inspired, I'm ready. Let's build warriors.